In a continuation with the provision for issue of a debenture, we have understood the several provision. Few more provision we are about to understand. And the first among them is the duties of a debenture trustee. We have learned that the company on issue of a debenture upon the debenture trustee, who can be appointed as a trustee, who cannot be appointed as a debenture trustee, what will happen if there is a vacancy in the office of a debenture trustee. Now we are going to learn about the duties of a debenture trustee. It is also known as a function. You can also be asked as what are the functions of the debenture trustee. Right? Following are the duties of a debenture trustee. The first and the foremost duty of the debenture trustee is that he is required to ensure that letter of offer which is offered to the public at large for inviting the subscription should not be inconsistent with the trust deed or a terms of a issue, right? There should not be anything into this letter of offer which is in a conflict of the debenture trust deed and the terms of the issue. Number two, debenture trustee is required to ask or a call for a periodic or a status report. Status report about the progress of the company, right? Number three, the debenture trustee is required to appoint the nominee director on the board of a company, right? The debenture trustee required to appoint the nominee director when there is a two consecutive failure in a payment by the company. Remember, it is a two consecutive failure, right? So, on a two dates which are fixed for the purpose of a payment of money to the debenture holder, on both the occasion the company fail, there will be a appointment of a nominee director by the trustee on the board of a company. Now this nominee director will have a watch on the functioning or on the working of the other directors. They may also appoint the nominee director when there is a default in creation of a security by the company. Remember, the creation of a security is necessary in the case of secure debenture. The debenture trustee shall appoint the nominee director if there is a default in a repayment of a debenture. So if there is a default on a payment of a money or an interest thereon, the debenture trustee shall appoint the nominee director. The next duty of the debenture trustee is to inform the debenture holder about any breach of the terms and conditions which are the core for the purpose of issue of a debenture by the company, right? The debenture trustee is required to ensure that the assets of the company are sufficient so as to the company would be in a position to pay the money at the time of redemption, right? The next duty of the debenture trustee is to call for a report about utilization of the fund. Remember, the debenture is issued for a specific purpose. The letter of offer or a prospectus mention the purpose. Say for example, a debenture is issued for a modernization. Debenture is issued for a purchase of a plant and machinery. So, whether the fund which has been collected under the banner or in the name of a debenture is really utilized for that purpose, how much amount has been utilized, how much amount is pending. Debenture trustee is required to convey the meeting of a debenture holder in a certain situation. The debenture trustee is required to ensure that the company convert the debenture into the shares as per the terms and conditions of the issue. And debenture trustee is required to protect the interest of the debenture holder. If the debenture holder is having any grievances, that means a query or any kind of issue like a not getting or they have not received the interest, right, or their complaint is not resolved by the company, the debenture trustee will look up into this matter, will deal with the management and try to resolve the query of the debenture holder. Let us understand the next point. We know that the debenture trustee is appointed by name, by entering the name into the debenture trust deed. So debenture trust deed is a very important document for us and for a debenture holder because it contains the name of a debenture trustee. At the same time, it also contains the power which is granted or which are granted to the debenture trustee. Now, debenture trust deed is created within 60 days of the issue of a debenture by the company, and this trust deed should be created in a form number SH2, right? Now, this debenture trust deed or a copy of the debenture trust deed is open for inspection to the any member or a debenture holder, right? And if any member or debenture holder demand the copy of the same, the company is bound to supply the copy within a period of 7 days. No doubt, the company can take a charge, a Xerox charge or a photocopy charge for providing the supply or providing the copy of that same. The next provision under the debenture, section number 71 and rule number 18 is, what if the company fail to redeem the debenture or pay the interest on a specific time? If the company fail to redeem the debenture, that means fail to pay the original amount or interest thereon, any debenture holder may apply to the tribunal. On application, tribunal may direct the company to pay the amount immediately, right? Now, you will ask me, sir, what if the direction of a tribunal is not followed? If the company failed to pay the amount on the order or a direction of a tribunal, there will be an imprisonment. Imprisonment up to the 3 years. Remember, imprisonment will be on the defaulting directors. You cannot imprison the company. In addition, there is a possibility of, instead of imprisonment, the fine can be imposed on the defaulting director from a 2 lakh rupees to 5 lakh rupees or both. That means imprisonment as well as fine. Both can be imposed upon by the tribunal. Not only that, if the company failed to pay the redeemed debenture or interest thereon, the directors who were directors of the company at that time, and if default continue for some time, the directors of that company becomes disqualified to be appointed as a director of any other company, and the same directors cannot be reappointed as a director in a same company. You may note down the point. Thank you.